is well upfield across the 45.
Yeah, we dominate today.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Brady's throw there complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing now is Brady. Right back to Chris Godwin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. For the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. To throw is Brady. Flush to his right. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score. Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Watch the run. Deuce. Slap. Hey, check 25.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Blocked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford, hear his voice in my head. in the air, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds.
Now Brady again. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. On 1st down, Brady. He completes it right side to White. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. No, 66. Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady makes the connection again to Godwin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. White, touchdown, Buccaneers. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense is sputtered. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happening?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and